Hey, and welcome to another Main Contain Fishing podcast. As always, in sister partner with the Paddle and Fin Network. So grab whatever you're drinking tonight, sit back, relax as we bring you behind the scenes and let's recap the 2024 season. And welcome back. So what we're going to do, we're just going to kind of recap the 2024 season here at SEGKBF and kind of give you what's in sight for the 2025 season. It's another night here in southeast Georgia. Having some wonderful weather, mid 80s. Hey, that's fishing weather, folks. Grab your kayaks, grab your gear, and let's go fishing. So, we're just going to sit here and discuss the recap of the 2024 season and how it's going. Who is going to be the top angler of the year in the Kayak Nationwide Series? Who's going to come out top in the Weekend Warrior Series? And we're going to talk about the Georgia Tour Kayak Series State Championship round that 16 anglers have qualified for to fish on wonderful and beautiful Lake Blackshear in Cordell, Georgia. So, we're just going to sit here and talk a little bit of tournament talk and go that route. So, kicking off with the Kayak Nationwide Series, this is kind of explain for all the viewers and listeners out there of what these type series are and how they go about. The Kayak Nationwide Series is a month-long online tournament series held through Tourney X on the platform of Tourney X. And it was kicked off in February and ended in October. So we didn't fish in January. We're not going to fish in November or December. So with that being said, we've had a good turnout on this series. We've had an average probably about 10 to 11 people competing for Angler of the Year. And there have been some monsters caught in this series. I would say out of everybody who's fished it, the average fish length was probably I would probably average it in the 19 and a half range on an average of all the fishes that's caught. So with that being said, we're gonna kind of get over to our spreadsheets and kind of tell you how these things are laid out and who's in the running and kind of just give you insight of the points, man. So in the case the Kayak Nationwide Series, in order to be eligible for the Angler of the Year, you had to pay a $20 membership fee. So that's with anybody who wants to fish in the tournaments that SEGKBF puts on, either live tournaments in person or online tournaments. There's a $20 membership fee, covers you for the whole year, and that allows you to gain points for your Angler of the Year points and kind of move you on the route to fishing for some good prizes. So in the Kayak Nationwide Series, we're going to start off with let's go down to sixth place. Sixth place is Robert Reed. He's got 3,435 points. Fifth place would be Mr. Arlie Minton. He's got 3,475 points. And fourth place would be Robert Richardson. And he has 4,055 points. And around the top three of these guys are sure enough putting on a show this year. Third place would be Cleveland Walker with 4,080 points. And number 2, second place angler currently standing is Terry Morgan, 4,140 points. And Mr. Stephen Beck rounds out the top one spot at 4,155 points. So added, the next 2 months, man, September and October is prime time fishing, especially with this fall transition fixing to kick off in some states. Then big mamas are going to start feeding up for the winter and just want to get fat and sassy. And so, like I said, it's going to come down to a race here shortly. So it's going to come down to, man, I don't know. You're talking less than 100 points kind of separating third place to first place. And, some of these guys that are, in the 5 and 6 range in the standings can really, if they get on some good fish, they can really pump it out and get in the top 3, finish out the season. So, yeah, that has to do with the Kayak Nationwide Series. So we're going to move on to the next series, which is the Weekend Warriors. Weekend Warriors Series is actually a series held from January to December. It is a 1 weekend a month for 2 days. Sorry about that. Got love bugs here in South Georgia. They're everywhere. So that kind of means fall weather coming, right? Hopefully. But yeah, the Weekend Warrior Series, I figured I'd put on a series like this year to kind of give anglers, if they didn't want to fish a monthly, but they just wanted to kind of dip their feet into the tournament scene. It was I would say it was a kind of a little series to get your feet wet in tournament play and kind of see how tournaments kind of go about, things like that. So, but yeah, it's so this tournament series ran from January to December, like I said, and we had a pretty good amount of people fishing off and on in it. I thought it would take off a little bit more, with it being just a 1 weekend, 2-day event. It was held on, it was held on a Saturday and Sunday, one time a month. But so rounding the top, let's go around in the top 4 out on this. The top 4 anglers is Chad Montgomery sitting in 4th place at 172.25 inches. So the way, let me explain the point system here in this one is, so whatever your inches are for 2 days, that's what your total points would be for that month. So, like I said, Chad Montgomery's 172.25 inches. Dalton Albright, 180.25. Robert Reed is currently in 2nd place with 396.25. And Mr. Robert Richardson is leading this one at 674.75. So, so we have September, October, November, December left in this one. So you got 1, 2, 4 more months to fish in the Weekend Warriors. So, yeah, if you're thinking about getting into the tournament scene and just not quite there yet, a Weekend Warrior Series might be best for you to kind of kick off and get into the tournament scene and kind of test the waters of how kayak tournament angling occurs. So, but yeah, we're gonna change a few things up with the Weekend Warrior Series for 2025, and we'll go into that later. So I kind of want to hit on this last tournament, which is the Georgia Tour Kayak Series. This was a tournament that was held basically in Georgia, on Georgia waters, on some bigger reservoirs here. We had a total of three lakes that we fished. The first one being Lake Tobesaki, which is in Macon, Georgia. A nice little lake to fish out of a kayak. We did have to put up with some boat traffic. They had a boat tournament that morning as well. But the second event was held at Clarks Hill Lake, a lot more larger reservoir up on the South Carolina-Georgia border. We had some South Carolinian anglers join us for this tournament. It was a pretty good turnout. I met some great folks. We held the award ceremony at Hayden's Outdoors there in just right down from the boat ramp, more or less, Wildwood Boat Ramp, which is the major boat ramp there on the lake. But DJ was an excellent host. He's got a great story. If y'all were ever in the Augusta area on Clarks Hill Lake, go visit his store. He's got everything that you want in there to catch a fish on Clarks Hill. So the third event we held in Milledgeville on Lake Sinclair, and it was quite interesting. Most of the lake was muddy. It was hot as the sun come up. It was hot that day. So we had some good turnout on that. And Eric Hawk, who won the event, really put on a show. I tell you that. So it was a great event. We had the award ceremony at Murder Creek Recreation. They are a new kayak bait outdoor recreation business there on Murder Creek. If y'all are ever up there, go visit them. Russ and Shannon, great people. Hung out with them for a couple of hours before all the anglers started coming in. But yeah, it was a great turnout, and they even gave us some watermelon, some fresh fruit, water, and like some cold fruit, watermelon, and pineapple as you get off the water to kind of refresh you and kind of make you cool down. But yeah, let's jump in the standings of the Georgia Tour Kayak Series. So we're looking at the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're good to the top 6 in this one. Top 6 out of the Georgia Tour Kayak Series, starting with Jonathan Boatwright with 595 points. Eric Hawks got 600 points. Kevin Harkins has 600 points. John Wilson has 785 points. Myself, hey, I'm in the running. I fished this twice. Got 1,170 points. And Mr. Marvin Santana has been whooping tail, if you more or less, with 1,785 points. So we do still have a championship round. It's going to be held October 26th at Lake Blackshear in Cordele, Georgia. This kind of give you a history on this lake. It was dammed up. to help control floodwaters on the Flint. So the Flint River kind of is the majority of the lake is the Flint River, but they flooded it and dammed it up. So, but yeah, we're gonna fish that as a fall bite. Hopefully there's some big fish caught. Hopefully everybody can get on some fish and have a heck of a championship. So I'm going to kind of give you the championship roster here on the Georgia Tour Kayak Series. So all these anglers made the championship round. Adam Aerosmith, Johnny Sanchez, Chris Babcock, Johnny Bennett, John Fanning, Larry Bugg, Doug King, John Wilson, Jason Starley, Eric Hawks, J.C. Sanchez, Jonathan Boatwright, Marvin Santana, Kevin Harkins, and myself. So there's a total, I think there's 16 of us that are qualified for the championship round. So hopefully everybody can make the championship round. And hopefully everybody can catch some fish. So that kind of rounds up and recaps the 2024 season with SEGKBF. We are located. Our headquarters is located out of Savannah, but we put on a lot of online tournaments as well as live in-person tournaments. So if you're looking to get into tournament scene, just go over to Tourney X and search Southeast Georgia Kayak Bass Fishing. All my tournaments will come up. We had a great podcast last night with Randy Newton from Final Cast. Kind of went over the grassroots things of how we got started and things like that. So if you missed it, go over to Paddle and Fin Network. You can listen to it audio, or you can do the video as well on their YouTube page. Just look for the Final Cast with Randy Newton, and the video pop up. So, but yeah, we're trucking right along for 2024. You know, it's just on the back end, and we're just trying to get everything finalized for 2025. We're waiting on some other schedules to drop to kind of see where we stand. But we're gonna open up the 2025, kind of go into what we're expecting here at SEGKBF to kind of what we got planned for 2025, more or less. So just kind of breaking down, you know, our membership fees are only $20 to join in order to fish for Angler of the Year. All the series in 2025 will have an Angler of the Year points race. So if you plan on fishing the Georgia Tour Kayak Series, the Weekend Warrior Series, or the Kayak Nationwide Series, we're always looking for people to join membership wise and fish with these other anglers in these tournaments. So I try to keep the cost low in these membership fees. That way you don't have to spend a whole lot out of your pocket. But you're competition fishing and kind of enjoying the time on the water is the big thing. And so we're just keeping the membership fee at that for 2025 as well. So all the tournament entry fees are going to stay the same. So if you fished any of the tournaments this past year, you know the entry fees. But when we put tournaments on Tourney X, the entry fee will be on there. So, and We have all our rules and regulations and waivers, everything on our website at SEGKBF.com. We really want to get people over to the website to that way they can read the rules packet, they can download it, they can sign the waiver, they can email it to me, anything like that. So it's something that we kind of want to get rolling. That way everybody kind of get used to go to the website rather than all the information being everywhere. And then you'd have to call me, email me, text me, anything like that. But yeah, it's the 2025 season is going to have some new things. First of all, foremost, I want to say this, and I'm not going to get on a tangent about it. I'm not going to discuss it or anything like that. Electronics, forward-facing sonar. You'll be able to use forward-facing sonar in any of the SEGKBF tournaments. We're not going to limit any anglers, anything like that. So I'm just putting that out there for everybody to know that forward-facing sonar, you can use it. You can use down imaging, side imaging, traditional. The only thing you can't use is dynamite. But secondly, we got 2 boards on the market now: Catch board and the Yak Attack leaderboard. I have a video on my YouTube channel about the Yak Attack leaderboard. They were gracious enough to reach out to tournament directors and ask us if we wanted to get one. They ship it to us for free. So I've got one. I used it. Kind of looked at all the working parts on it. I think it works great. I'm glad somebody finally came to the market with a second choice that will do well in kayak tournaments. So Catch board, the metal or the polycarbonate, and then the Yak Attack leaderboard will be available for use for all anglers in SEGKBF tournaments. No rules have changed as far as trolling motors. Trolling motors are still allowed. Must wear PFD. Still a 12-inch minimum on any black bass species. So none of them rules have changed. But yeah, it's the 2025 season is going to be a good year. It's going to be an excellent year for all of us. And that is something that we want to progress with. So, like I said, the tournaments that we are going to operate this year, we are going to operate the Kayak Nationwide Series again. We're going to do the weekend. The Weekend Warrior Series is going to change. It's not going to be the same. So the Weekend Warrior, let me explain something about the Weekend Warrior Series. So the Weekend Warrior Series will be 1 week in a month, online. And sorry, that was my wife texting me. And it will be a 5-fish limit for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So the Weekend Warriors is changing from is changing a little bit. So I'm just adding a day. I'm adding a Friday. So, if somebody can't fish on Sunday, then they have Friday and Saturday to fish. If somebody can't fish on Friday, they have Sunday and Saturday and Sunday to fish. So it's going to be a 3-day, 5-fish limit. 3-day, 5-fish limit once a month from January to December. So you're going to have one whole calendar year to fish this series. And there will be an Angler of the Year in this series as well. So the Georgia Tour Kayak Series will stay as well. We'll figure out on this. I'm trying to wait for the Georgia Bass Nation to release their schedule to kind of see what lakes they fish. I've talked with Steve and kind of thinking that we could piggyback off kind of each other, kind of get more people involved into the Kayak Bass Nation and the grassroots system, kind of compare them, kind of grow together and go that route. But so another one that I want to kind of throw out there is, somebody gave me an idea, is the Georgia public fishing areas. These Georgia fishing areas, they're great to use. So what we're going to do, I think we're going to run a month-long series. So this would be a Georgia public fishing area only. So you have to fish a Georgia public fishing area. There's 9 of them throughout the state. 9 of them. So with that, it's a month long. So you have a month to fish at your leisure. And we're gonna run an Angler of the Year points race in that as well. So all this series is gonna have Angler of points. So if you're a member, you get points. So but yeah, that's where we stand for 2025. We just kind of want to kick things off, just kind of get the information out there to begin with, so people can start planning what series they want to fish, versus if they want to travel to fish these bigger tournaments, things like that. But like I said, if you have any questions, concerns, reach out to me through email at SEGKBF.com. There's a contact tab on my website. Just hit that, and it'll send me an email. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting year for us, for everyone, I think. Hopefully we get more people on the water, more people in kayaks, more people tournament fishing, competing a little bit, and just enjoying life, getting rid of the stress. Everybody's running wild and just get that stress relief out. Pick up a rod. All my rods are right here. Pick up a rod, take it and do some things. But some more exciting news on the back end. We're changing the tackle talk. I felt like I just didn't want to solely do tackle talk stuff. So we're changing the name. We're name changing. New announcement, name changing to the Kayak Bass Talk. So that's going to be another show in itself. Most of that stuff's going to be released on my Facebook page. Yeah, my Facebook page. And also it'll be downloaded later into the Paddle and Fin Network on their YouTube. Just to kind of get you different baits that are out there, different companies, products that are being used on kayaks, just a lot of stuff. And, there's so much stuff out in the kayak world that, golly, that it's crazy. You can go to a bait shop and get overwhelmed. I need green pumpkin red flake. Do I need green pumpkin blue flake? Do I need green pumpkin purple flake, white flake? But yeah, it's going to be a new show, and I kind of especially going to ICAST this past year and seeing all the new stuff coming out and trying to get it in your hands and kind of looking at it and kind of getting everybody's feel for it there. So yeah, stay tuned, and we're going to bring you the Kayak Bass Talk here shortly. Just trying to get everything lined up for it. And also to end the show tonight, we are releasing some information on the website in the next couple months. That's going to help a lot of people out, especially if you're new into kayak fishing. Trying to get some information all in one place. That way you're not searching endless times on the internet to find this, that, other stuff. So stay tuned as we release that. When we go to release it, we'll probably do a live show and kind of introduce that as well, kind of show people the format of it and things like that. So, but yeah, just a recap of the 2024, beginning of 2025 on the back end. We just want to kind of get everybody's name out there that's been fishing with us. We're going to start bringing in some more guests. We might bring some guests on from the Southeast Georgia kayak bass fishing people. Try to get them, if we can finish out this year and get everybody lined up. Bring in the champions, the AOY people, anglers. That way we can kind of showcase them. They put in the hard work throughout the year fishing all these tournaments, and we kind of want to showcase them and get them out. So, but yeah, once again, just a behind the scenes recap of 2024. Fixing to kick off 2025 in a couple months. As always, thank you for watching the Main Contain Fishing podcast. Make sure you like our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, subscribe. And also, if you're not subscribed to the Paddle and Fin, make sure you get over to them and subscribe to them as well. There's a lot more. There's a lot of guys, John Rapp, Randy, Adam, Brian, all them guys put out great shows, great content with different aspects throughout the states. Just kind of give you aspects of, Canada, the Midwest, the Northeast, stuff like that. So, but yeah, just get over to them and subscribe to them on YouTube, and you can watch all the shows, and actually you can listen to them on the Paddle and Fin network on Spotify as well, Apple, things like that. So once again, thank you for hearing me rant on tonight and ramble. But hopefully enjoy the rest of your week. As always, wear your PFD out on the water. Always wear your PFD out on the water and fish on, folks.